Did you know that 71% of the people that watch Matthew Kelly's videos are not subscribers? That makes no sense. We need to change that. Subscribe today. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and turn on those notifications so you never miss out on another great video ever again.
The fifth seismic shift is all about availability. How available to God are you at this time in your life? How available are you? How available is your life? Do you make your life available to God? The fifth seismic shift is make yourself available. Whatever room you give God in your life, He will fill with unimaginably good things. You know, whatever space you make for Him in your heart, in your soul, in your life, He will fill. And your heart and your soul and your life will be better for inviting Him in and allowing Him to fill those spaces. But we fill our hearts, we fill our minds, we fill our lives with so much junk, you know, trash. Our lives are so full of stuff that adds no value, or worse than that, you know, takes away from the great mission we're on to become the best version of ourselves, to become all God created us to be. Sometimes I talk to people, you know, and they seem confused or they seem lost. I'll ask them, you know, well, what is it that you really want? And they don't seem to know. And sometimes someone will ask me, how do I work that out? How do I work out what I really want? How do I work out what God is really inviting me to? There's a lot of ways to explore that, but I think in the midst of our noisy, busy, crowded, modern lives, one way is to clear things out of our lives. Truth is, you probably have a very busy life. I have a very busy life. Most of us live busy lives. There's good and bad to that. On the downside, there's no room in most of our lives for the good things that God wants to bring into our lives. And so to create some white space, to empty some things out of our lives that are unnecessary, that don't add value, so that there's room in our lives for God to bring new things and new people, for God to inspire us and touch us in new ways. This is a very, very practical way for us to tune in a different way to the voice of God in our lives. Sometimes just clearing up your office or your garage puts you in a completely different mind space, a completely different heart space, a completely different soul space. My wife said to me the other day, she said, "You're getting ready to write a new book, aren't you?" I said, "What makes you say that?" She said, "You started to clean up your office. Everything's getting organized. I can tell you're in that space where you're processing, you're preparing, you're getting ready, you're moving into the zone, and you are about to write." And it was a great moment. It's a great moment for many reasons. Why? Because it's a beautiful thing to be known. You know, I think it's a tragic thing to make our way through this world and never really be known by somebody. So it's a beautiful thing that she observes that she knows that about me, that she's able to recognize that. We do fill our lives with a lot of junk. You know, we do fill our lives material and non-material junk. And it is good from time to time to clear that out, because in clearing that out, we make ourselves available. We make ourselves available, incredible things begin to happen. If we don't do that, there's no room in our lives for all the good things that we need and that we want, all the good things we need and want and that God wants to give to us, that He wants to bring into our lives. I talk about like the secret of happiness. We hear this phrase all the time, the secret of happiness. I talked about it in the book. Do you wish to know the secret of supreme happiness? Strip away everything in your heart and set aside all in your life that makes you less available to God. The joy we experience in this life is proportional to how available we make ourselves to God. The fifth shift is about making ourselves 100% available to God. How available to God are you at this time in your life? How available to God are you at this time in your life? 20%, 50%, 80%, 96.4%? And what's the rest? What do you got to lose? Why not give it a chance? Why not turn to God today and say, God, make myself 100% available to you? And let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let me tell you, you pray that prayer, you best get ready. You pray that prayer, something incredible is about to happen. Because never once in the history of the world did God not use the people who make themselves 100% available to Him in very, very powerful ways.